Hello, 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 my art friends. How are you? This is an introduction to something new that I think I'm going to start doing, and it's called Everyday Art Exercises. And our motto is the more you do, the better you get. So I have decided to do something to better myself, and I am inviting you to join me. I'm going to do everyday art, any medium, many different mediums of everyday simple objects. Why? Because our motto is going to be the more you do, the better you get. It's going to be short and sweet, but it's going to be good. How can I explain it? It may be an everyday object like a leaf, a bird, a toothpaste tube, an ice cube. It will be a simple subject, but it's going to be the best version or painting of that object. We're going to practice on noticing all the details and shapes and the colors because, say it with me, the more you do, the better you get. I'm hoping that the object will, of course, get a bit more detailed as we go on. We can throw some detailed ones in, but I want it to be a short and sweet video that doesn't intimidate us to get out the sketchbook and supplies. And depending on how well this is received, I might create a Facebook page where we can share our work too. So that being said, our first subject, well, first let me say, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, I'm going to put in the sketchbook that I made. There's a video. I think I have a video of this sketchbook that I made. Not of the making of it, but just a better detailed of it. So I think I'm going to use the sketchbook that I made. The first page on here, or should I don't know, because I'll probably use it for a lot of other things too. Or should I just, because this is hot press paper, so I'll probably use it for a lot of other things too. I don't want to dedicate it just to this, so let's do that. Normally I tape out everything, but we're just going to do a coffee mug. And I'm going to show you the picture of the coffee mug. I will share it here. It is from Pixabay, and the person it's from is Kaboompics. So that information will also all be in the description if you want to go out and get your own pick. But I will put the picture here first on the video so you can see it as well. So here's the picture. And now let's go right in. And let's see, let me get my pencil. And do I want to do a pencil or do I want to do, I'm going to do line and wash. So let me get my Micron. I don't know why. So let's do that. You know what, I got everything. I wanted you to see, I'm using Daniel Smith paints, but I want to move everything over because I want to put this right in the middle. You don't really need to see the paints, right? You know what they look like. I want this right here where you can see it. Here's my water. And let's just go. So this is gonna be simple, but we want to notice all the details. Did you see the pic? And I totally believe in freehand. And when you do freehand, it doesn't, I don't want to be perfect. Some people get out their protractors or whatever you call those things, rulers, this and that. I just like to make my, it's wonky, yeah, but that's me. That's me, because good enough. It's good enough. So I already noticed this should be just a little bit bigger, should have been a little longer too. You know what? But when I do microns, I do all of this. I don't care, because after a while, those mistakes will just disappear. So let's see. Now I want to do the rim. There's like 2 rims, sort of. But I'm gonna do that. I'll do 1 rim, and I'll do that coffee look. I'll do that with the paint. Oh, this is, now that the more that I look at this, the more details I am seeing. And I'm trying, I don't want this to look like that meme coffee of the face and the coffee smiling. I know it almost looks like that. I just want this to be coffee. So the rest of everything else is going to be done with paints, I believe. So now that I see this, how do I want to do this? Should I do, let's just dive in and just do the coffee part. Do I do the darks first? No, let's do the lights. So what coffee color do we want? Oh, this looks like a burnt umber to me. This looks like a burnt umber. So let's get that burnt umber in there, right? Look at all those little dots too. How do I want to do this? Do I want to do wet and wet? Let's do wet and wet. Let's just do a little bit of wet and wet around the rim. So let's get this burnt sienna. It is much darker. You know, I'm wondering if I should throw in, if I throw in hematite, it might, I don't want to, well, because I want to, how do we get those bubbles? We're going to have to paint them in. All that granulation. Actually, the granulation can be done with just the paper alone. Even though this is hot press, still has a little bit, still a little bit bumpy. So let's see. And that's really light metal, so let's just do this. Let's do this around here. Got my Bossa Nova Jazz on. That'll be in the description as well. So look at these colors. This is like the first wash. And then, how do we get the light? Let's try the how do I say that? Goethite brown, because that looks really granulating. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that looks kind of granulating too, so let's throw that in the middle here. It's kind of like, I don't have white. White would be really good to throw in here right now. How about some buff titanium? Just a touch of buff. Just a touch. Just a touch of buff. Just a touch. So let's go around again. See that coffee rim there? Let's get a little darker. Just a little darker. It's still just a little bit wet enough. And I'm gonna go and get a little thicker. Just a little thicker. Just get those little pieces. Coffee. The residue, coffee residue. Oh yeah, I'm liking this. So it probably won't be exactly like the photo, but I think our version, our interpretations of a photo, of a reference photo, is totally fine. I prefer to do my own, mainly because I'm new and I'm not perfect, so I do, my versions are usually, ooh, that looks like the little dots. Should we try it? I don't know if it's gonna spread, because I really just, let's do one here. Little dots. It's not ready, it's not time yet. Although we could just do some tiny ones here. Yeah, my versions are somewhat simpler than a reference photo, only because I am new. I'm not very good. I'm not perfect. I'm just good enough. But so my renditions are simpler. I have teachers that will, I'll be done with a lesson 20 minutes before they are. They'll keep going and going and going. So here's what so my version is, and if you look at the picture, it's a little different, but I'm just gonna do my own little dots. You know, I like my dot rail. But the teacher will keep going and going and doing more and more layers. And this has been me since day one of doing art, even like Tamara Laporte and Lindsay Wyrick and all that stuff. They would keep going and going, adding more layers. Ooh, that's, let's see if we can get that up. And I would be done. I would be totally done. They'd be going on with layers and layers, and I'm like, oh no, I don't, because I didn't want to mess up what I've already done, because I was like, this is it, I'm done. Let's do some of the dots. They're spreading. I'm just gonna put them in anyway. This is my version. Yeah, I just, like, sometimes I'll be okay. I'm okay with this already, and it's like, but sometimes I will push myself and do a little more and a little more and a little more. So let's do some of these dots with burnt sienna. We've done. What was the other color? Goethite brown. Let's do a few more of these in just a little bit of a lighter caramel-y color. And then we'll just kind of like layer it in. Layering it in a little bit with a little bit lighter colors. Yeah, that's a mess. That is a mess. We're gonna fix it. I always make messes, and then sometimes for some reason I fix them. I'm a really good fixer. I'm a really good fixer. Yeah, this wet and wet is still a little wet. So we'll just throw this in, and then that'll be the background, I guess. Yeah, nice light colors. And then you know what? If you look at these colors, I am seeing, yes, I am, a little Quin Gold in there. So this Goethite brown ochre. I really like the color though. It's kind of, let's just get that in. Let's get that in there. Just maybe a little bit more around the rim here with the Goethite. Oops, did I do that? This is me taking liberties because this is not in the photo, but I'm gonna do it because for some reason I like it. And now I do see a tiny, tiny bit of Quin Gold. Let's throw some Quin Gold in there. Is it Quin Gold or is it, let's just see. It's just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, I was one of those friends in in school. It was like, I always got everybody in trouble. Come on, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. What, boopers? Let's do the dark coffee part. Let's see, what would that be? I don't know, what do I have? I don't really have a really dark black coffee color, so we're gonna have to make it. Let's see what we got. See, you know what? I should get my Paul Rubens out because I do have some dark. You know what? I should get. So let's do raw umber. Raw umber. Get it good. And a little lunar black. Raw umber and a little lunar black. Oh, that's dark already. Ooh, yeah, that's dark. That's dark. And let's just, here we go. Ooh. But I think when it dries, it'll be okay. Right? Yes, darling. Yes. And we can offset it with those dark circles, the dark bubble circles. Actually, this color would be good for the circles, now that I think about it. Save some of that sin. Save some. Save some. I don't want a perfect line either. What, Poopy? You just ate your brunch. Can I have a few seconds here and let me finish my painting and I'll take you? Okay? I know, baby. Just give Mom a few minutes. Just a few minutes. See, that doesn't look right to me. Does it look right to you? I don't know. I don't think I'm doing this right, but see, this is why we're here. Everyday exercises. That's what we're here, so we can learn. Everyday exercises. It doesn't look right to me for some reason. I don't know. I'm gonna throw some of this brown in here. All right. I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate. There we go. So let's let that dry a little bit, and then we'll do the coffee mug. I'm gonna put some gray in there. It's white, but I'm gonna do gray. And I have gray titanium, just so I can make some shadows right here. Yep. So take away from that mistake that I made. And then that's too dark. I want it just really, really light. Really, really light. Really light. Jax is having a tizzy. Let's let this dry a little bit. Okay. So listen, this very first everyday art exercise is not the greatest, but let me tell you, stick with me. I just wanted to show you one of my photos or one of my paintings that I did this week. Just to let you know that I really am, I can do good. I can do good. So stick with me and maybe we'll do more like this or something like that. But I know this coffee one it's not the greatest, but it's the first one. So I'll talk. Let's move on and let's finish it up because we got to keep on going. Okay, I think we let it dry pretty good, and it's looking so. But in the end, I do have something else that I'm gonna make fixes. maybe. So let's see, what did I do? I did raw umber, because I need a little more raw umber. And what's that? Lunar black. And a little lunar black. A little more. I still want it more browny. So let's just, because it still looks kind of, we need it just a little bit darker. Actually, I want to do things a little darker on this side, but this too. I want to have things darker on one side of the cup, just my own, for my own. So I'll take a little bit of this and a little bit of the brown, just to make like a dark shading, because there is a little bit of dark shading up here. But I want it on this. I want my shading on this side here. All right, I'm taking some liberties, because I notice when I do stuff, everything's like one flat value, and just adding darker shades just is so helpful. It just adds more depth. So I'm learning, and that's what this channel is for. I'm learning, and I'm taking you on my learning experience, and sharing with you anything that I learn as well. I want to share with you what I learned too. I don't want to keep it to myself. You know, that was how my work was. There were people that were experts in certain things, technical stuff, and they would not tell anybody else. They would not share, because it was job security. It's like, you know, and I would always share. So I would be, hey, look at this, look what you can do. If you do this, you can do this. And it's like, you know. So now I want to do that same dark, ooh, I went into the wrong, no, that's lunar black. Ooh, no, what was that? Yeah, lunar black. Is that lunar black? It is. Should we use that? Is that lunar black? Yeah, it is. I just want to make sure it's not Payne's Gray. No, it's lunar black. Let's use that for, where's my thing? Let's use that and do those bubbles. Use my smaller. These brushes that I use, they're from Craftimo. They're the that I ordered from Helen Ray Campbell. I love these brushes. I love these because I like them because they're shorter. I like a short brush like this one. This is actually from Artsmith, which I believe is, I like the short bullet kindy ones. Artsmith. Oh, these ones I ordered. Lindsay Wyrick talked about these last year. These are from Artegra on Amazon. Actually, I'll put a link in the description. I like them because they're short, they're bullety, but they're also and they're short. I don't like the super long ones. I don't know. I like short for some reason. It gives me more control. So let's do some little round things here. Looks like there's a hair or something. I just want to make sure there's no hair. Let's do some bubbles. Do some bubbles. I don't want this to look like a jack-o'-lantern. Oh, bubbles. Bubbles. I don't know if this is the right thing to do bubbles. Maybe I should just do the bubbles with a Micron. No, we're learning. We gotta learn. We gotta do it right. But I will use a Posca or a gel pen to get those little white spots in the bubbles. A couple strays. A couple stray bubbles. But there are a bunch of teeny tiny bubbles. I don't know how we would do that. I don't. Little Dotcherellis. I am not going to do every single one of those bubbles. I am not. Let's just do a few around here and there just to give the idea. Just to give the idea. I cannot do all those bubbles. Let's do some over here. Just a few. Just a few Dotcherellis. Yeah, I'm taking my own liberties here. And I'm not making this dark part as dark as it is in the cup for some reason. I kind of like it the way it is now. Kind of like granulated. I like that. The only thing that's kind of bugging me is the cup it doesn't seem to have any depth. Let's see, what can we do? Really, really lightly, I don't know. Give it more shadow. This way we don't really look at. Yeah, let's give it a little bit more shadow here. Every little bit counts. Every little detail. And I just want really lightly. I don't want that dark. See, I would be moving this book to go around, but I don't want it to come out of focus with you guys. So I think I could do this like this. Just a nice light. And hopefully when it dries, it'll dry a little lighter too. So the Micron was not the greatest for this picture. It just actually kind of messed it up a little bit, right? But after a while, you don't see it, right? You don't see it, do you? I don't know. More shade. More shade in certain areas. Choppy chop. And then how about a little bit more shade up here? Just a little bit more. Just a little more shade. Just a little more. Give it a little definition. What do you think? Is it too much? Too much. Maybe hopefully it'll dry. Yeah, I don't want to do too much. This is not the greatest. Just gonna say right now. This is not one of my faves. I'm just gonna say that right now, but I do have a way to fix it. It's not gonna fix it really well, but it's gonna fix it a little bit. So does that even look like a cup of coffee to you? Oh, I forgot to do, you know what we forgot to do? Let me see if we could do, let me get that buff titanium. Would that help to do some little white dots? No, I don't like it. I don't like it. But we're gonna do, let me get, let's see if we could do the little white things on there. Is it dry? I'm just gonna make sure those are dry. And just a little. Oh. These have to be smaller. Barely touching. Barely touching. Can we do a couple more little white dots? That doesn't really look too good. If we make them really teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. Not crazy about that. There we go. Just a couple, barely touching. Barely touching. Look at that. Look at that. Just a little bit. It's starting to look like a cup of coffee, sort of. Sort of. Sometimes this does not help. Sometimes it doesn't help. So here's what I'm going to do. So this was our first try at everyday art exercises. I know I can do better. I just picked a subject that here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you and it might help because it's funny that way. And let me just do this like this. And that, and I didn't want this to take really long either because I want these to be, I'm gonna try and do every day. I'm not saying I'm gonna do every day, but I'm gonna try to do an everyday practice because I need to practice. Ooh, what's going on here? Let's just put a little, because I need practice. So I think I'm gonna do 2 different colors too. So let's do, you know what I'm gonna do, don't you? Y'all knows what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the burnt umber, no, was it burnt umber? Yeah. Lots of water. Gotta be kind of thick though. Let's just do some. I think this will help a lot. Coffee spots. Splatter always helps. Splatter is good. And then I want to do a splatter of burnt sienna or burnt orange. Which one is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do some quin burnt. Oh yeah. Quin burnt orange. Oh yeah. That'll just add. Oh yeah. Oh, just mainly in the corners. That's the only way I think I could have helped this. Right? Not too bad. I mean, it doesn't look like the picture at all. Nope. But hey, for our first everyday art exercise introduction, it was okay. I'm gonna give it a, out of a 10, I'm gonna give it a 7. Maybe a 6. But Not bad. Not bad. So I hope you join me every day for our, here it is. I'm going to do a hashtag everyday art exercises, but right now, for here, I'm going to do Cindy everyday art exercise, EAE. Today is 23rd, 24. All right. And I will list this Pixabay pic and the person who took the photo on Kaboompics. And let me know what you think. If you do this along with me and you want to share it with me, maybe I'll create a Facebook page, or maybe I'll create a Facebook page for my channel. I could do that. Let me think about it. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Should I do one for the everyday art exercises, or should I just do one for my YouTube channel? Or you can share anything with me. Share any art, maybe I'll do that. You can share any art with me. You can talk to me. So, I'm going to say 6 or a 7 out of 10. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.